All right, welcome to Jack Dodson'S Racing Insider News this week. Scott is remote here at the courthouse studio.
That's a studio now.
Some of us got to work for a living. So
don't go there. We're not going to do that. Adam and I already know that you don't do a whole lot of work.
Well, I wish I didn't have to do as much as I do.
But anyway, Clay's taking your place. He's over there eating a pizza. So
I don't think his feet's that big. He's got big feet to feel.
No, you're right.
All right, let's thank our marketing partners. Let's thank GAC, Great American Company. Really appreciate Garamo Maya for being with us for so long. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. They always provide dinner every week, plus Adam and Clay's lunch for the next couple of days. Slinger Speed Company, Tim Brown. If you want your local t-shirt shop, hit Tim Brown up. Tell him we sent you. Tanya McAllister. If you need some help writing some proposals or help with some sponsorship stuff, or you need a custom fire suit, hit Tanya up. Tell her we sent you. Bondurant Brothers Distillery. Can't think those guys been with us for several years now. Some of the best moonshine on this side of the whatever. In Virginia, right, Jack? Langley Speedway. Can't thank Langley Speedway enough. Chuck, Bill, Terry for allowing us to do the show from Langley Speedway. It certainly has made it our home, and we really appreciate that. Let's see, Mosquito Joe's, get 50% off on Mosquito Joe's on the peninsula. Hit those guys up. Tell them we sent you. Get 50% off on your first month of service. Big supporter of Langley Speedway and a bunch of series and a bunch of different cars. Thank those guys. Fast Eddie's Barbecue. See, now, you know, if this was Fast Eddie's night, I would not have missed coming to the show in person, Jack.
Well, I'm not even going to tell you when the night is and he's doing it then.
Well, I think it's next week. Factory Canopies. Hit Todd Davis up. You can get a 10x20 tent, custom made or custom printing on it with your sponsors and that kind of stuff. I think it's $16.99. It might be $17.99. And if a piece breaks on it, you can hit Todd up, and they can give you just the pieces. They have all the pieces that may or may not break on them in stock, so they are serviceable. It ain't like some of the other ones where you just throw it away and buy another one. Miles of Seamless Gutter. Can't thank Vivian and Courtney and Daniel and all those guys at Miles of Seamless Gutter for putting up the money for a sponsorship every year, and really appreciate them. They are going to come back this year, and we got some stuff in the works, and we'll see how this is going to work out, but they are coming back. We do know that. Let's see. Frontline Performance Race Fuels, Parts, and Lubrications, the hottest fuel at Langley Speedway. It will win a championship, as Jack will tell you. Hit Sammy Gator up if you need some fuel for the racetrack. I think he keeps a couple drums of it if you want to buy a drum or whatever you need. Let's see. Paquette Power Solutions, PPS. Keith will probably buy somebody lunch. He owes me lunch. He just doesn't know it yet. I don't know how I'm going to ever collect on that, but Keith owes me lunch. At least that's my story. And Los Padres. Am I saying this right? I can't say this right.
No, you're not. It's Los Compadres.
Los Compadres. I seen he was at the racetrack. It seemed like the other day.
Yeah.
And pretty cool. Sad we missed him. You know what my takeaway from this weekend, Jack, is?
What's that?
I hope Adam doesn't pick me to win.
Look, man, I'm going to stop picking people altogether. How about that?
Hey, everybody has a bad week.
Good, yeah. Well, you can only go up from here.
Didn't they?
Huh?
I mean,
my boys had some speed, though, didn't they?
Cole Bruce was just riding until that car blew up.
He was hot.
Yeah.
Aiden was not too shabby either.
No. Wasn't
No.
he?
Not
All
at
right,
all.
just some news real quick. In the O'Reilly series, William Sawalich up at Rockingham or down at Rockingham got his first ever O'Reilly series win. In the truck series, Corey Heim, you know, he's missed two races, and he's tied for the points lead. It's already told him he can't run for the championship.
Well, when it's time, it's hard to beat.
You got that right. And in the ARCA East race down at Rockingham, Tristan McKee got another win. And that kid might turn out to be pretty good, even though Skinnell did work with it.
Ever since he came in and he was only 3 foot tall when we had him on the show, he's been a little wheel man.
Tell me about it. He walked in this place the first time, and I was looking for a driver, and I didn't think he was him. Anyway, all right, we're going to start off with Adam. He's going to give us his his Langley Speedway pit road roundup.
First week of the year, baby.
First time we're going to get Adam involved.
First race week of the year. Pepsi opening race night, man. The weather was perfect.
It was a great night.
Racing was good. We had 6 divisions. Starting us off with the Los Compadres U cars. Edgar. Mikey Chin got the win. He won last year's season opener too.
That's pretty
And
good.
they won the championship.
No, he wasn't. He didn't win the championship. He won the last race.
That's right. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good race with the U cars. That's gonna be a fun class this year.
I think so too.
In the super trucks, Mr. Bill Wallace.
And you didn't run the super truck, did you?
I did not.
We'd like
I
to
thought
point
you
out
had me a ride, but
Tim Wilson is not a super truck driver. Didn't see him in the race, but saw Bill. Man, he drives like he's still 20 years old. doesn't he?
he's my hero.
He is the
He
man.
is.
I thought he was.
He's
70.
older than Tim.
Someone told me he was 76.
76.
He's older than what?
He's older than Tim.
Yes, he is.
Oh yeah, you trying to be a smart aleck? Go ahead.
Hey, wait a minute. Is there banana pudding?
No.
No.
Oh, now it's funny to you, right?
In the super streets, Gordon Weeks got the win. Was his first in over a year.
He was really good too.
He looked really good.
I was really worried about his car at one point, the way it was smoking, and
Yeah,
I was thinking we're gonna have a problem here for this race.
You know what I think his problem was? He's like me. We put the big pan on the transmission, and the dipstick, we were overfilling it. We had to take an extra cord out because remember when mine would smoke?
Oh yeah.
We couldn't figure it out. He was picking it out the vent.
It was worse under the yellow.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Wow. Yeah, he didn't seem too worried about it.
No.
In the Enduros, Zach Herdline won the race. He was last year's champion. That 32 is fast, man.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh, let me tell you. And then in the Pro 6, it was not Tommy Spencer. It was supposed to be Tommy Spencer.
He had back spasms.
Brian and I were just calling the race. I looked about lap 5. I seen him standing over there. I went, what the heck's going on here? Yeah. We talked to him a little bit, said he has a little bit of back spasms.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to let Riley music, and
Last minute.
Riley had some tough competition out there. I mean, you know, he was only a straight away ahead of everybody, but it was close.
For somebody jumping in the car last second and dominating, hey, good for him. He had never won a Pro 6 race before this weekend. Can you believe that? He checked that box this weekend.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yep. So congrats to him. And then in the late models, Chase Burrow got the win. Now full-time in the Cars Tour. He is doing big things. Won the season finale, so he's won the last 2.
Well, that's pretty cool. So anyway, good. It was a good night here at Langley Speedway all the way around. So
Yeah. Couldn't have been better, man.
down at Lonesome Pine Speedway this past weekend, the late model winner was Chase Dixon, and he'll be with us next week. He's coming on the show next week, and that's going to be big to talk with him. In the limited late models at Lonesome Pine, the guy we had on a couple weeks ago, Hunter Morgan, got the win. And in the Mod 4s at Lonesome Pine Speedway, Scott, who won the Mod 4 race?
Kevin Canner?
No. Joe
What?
White. Joe White won the race. Kevin Canner, DNF. He had an engine problem and he DNF'd and did not finish the race. So that was an unusual thing. When I saw that, I couldn't believe it. So And I tried to get in touch with him, but I haven't been able to get a hold of him yet. But anyway, South Boston Speedway this past weekend, limited late model, Jacob Garrett. Gotta think you gotta think he's got a shot for this coming weekend here at Langley, the way he drives.
For sure.
In the late models, they had dual late model races. Bobby McCarty won one, and Peyton Sellers won the other one. That was a pretty good deal.
How cool was it to see Bobby
And
in
I
this
think,
interview?
yeah, tell me about it.
I've never seen Bobby get emotional like that before.
Yeah.
And Peyton's already won 2 races this year.
Yeah, he's unstoppable.
So, if we naming something else after him before it's
We'll
over
have to
with.
name the pavement after him.
At Hickory Speedway, the late model winner was Michael Bumgardner. Limited late model was Chase Robertson. And in the super trucks, Michael Bumgardner won that race too. Ace Speedway, Friday night, the modified was won by Gary Young. The limited late models was Boo Boo Dalton. Boo Boo Dalton came back and got a win. And in the late models, Dustin Rumley. I don't know how many races Dustin's won down at Ace, but he's won a bunch, and he's still winning. Wake County this past weekend, late model winner was Mason Bailey, and in the mini stocks, Lee Kozakowski won the mini stock race. Up at Dominion Speedway, the 602 mods was Rylan Louder, and in the smart mods, Carson Lofton. And the smart mods ran so long they couldn't even run the rest of the show that night because they ran so long with the smart mods. I understand the smart mods were like 2.5 to 3 hours long. So
that's crazy.
And at Southern National, in the I-95 showdown, Caden Honeycutt passed Keelan Harvick to get the win, and got his win at Southern National. Had a good run Friday night in the trucks, so that was a pretty big deal for him. This week, driver of the week. Anybody got any ideas who driver of the week is?
It can't be but one person in my mind. I mean, we have a lot. I mean, we do have a lot of good candidates, right? But I mean, I think it's got to go to the winner.
And it did. Chase Burrow.
By one.
Yeah, Chase Burrow, Jacob Derrick, and who was the other one? Gordon Weeks.
He was one under.
Yeah, they were all pretty close.
I mean, I think they were all great notables, but I think you got to give it to Chase to come out. I think the only one he had anything to worry about was the 31 there. And it's kind of sad because it would have been a great race. Couple comments here. Carson said Scott could have won the Pro 6 race. I think Clay could have got in the 71 and won that race. And then Eddie Clark says it's Tim Wilson's time to buy lunch. So we got to get in on this lunch deal. It just when we just fill up when it's our turn to buy.
We're never invited to these lunchtime deals. I don't understand.
All I can say is just about every day around 12. And tell Eddie that it is his turn to buy.
Well, Keith even said did Tim bring banana pudding?
No, I didn't even think about that until Tim showed up, and then he made the comment he couldn't bring because his mother-in-law was out of town or something like that. And I said, oh man, I didn't even think about the banana pudding. But anyway.
Yeah.
So
next time.
Also, Carson Ferguson is going to get an extra ride in the Ram truck number 25 this week. That's going to be a big deal. And Danny White, we want to send our prayers to Danny White. I understand he had a fall and injured himself, and I don't know all the specifics, so I'm not going to speak on that, but keep him in your thoughts and prayers. Corey Heim looks like he's going to have a chance to win another truck race this week. He's going to be in the one for Tricon. And how about this? Chase Briscoe is going to drive the number 5 truck for Tricon. That's going to be a big deal. That's going to be really good.
Thanks.
And I want to thank, while I have this opportunity, I want to thank Ashley Miller. Ashley Miller sent some graphics to me this week for, I didn't do it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't do it, but she sent them, and I really appreciate that. She has been great. She sent me a couple things back and forth, and we've been talking about it, and I was tickled to death to get it, and she did a great job. it was, you know, and I know you couldn't have done it either. So we were stuck. So
She said you're very welcome. And Eddie says he's buying supper next week, so that's why he's not buying lunch.
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Thank you, Ashley. We really appreciate you helping us out like that. That's a big deal. You don't understand how good it is when you have two guys, well, three guys. I don't know how much Adam knows about that stuff, but the three of us, we're pretty pitiful when it comes to graphics and stuff. So
I just draw a stick figure.
I don't know how to, well, never mind. So anyway, all right, let's get our first guest in here. He's he's not a super truck driver.
Did it again, man.
Let's get Tim in here. And,
I thought I had a ride. You were going to surprise me with something, what I thought. I guess not.
let me tell you something. I messed up this week.
You did?
Yeah, and I didn't heard
I
about
was
it.
wondering what Tim Wilson you were bringing on.
I had 2 or 3 people. I mean, everybody was worried about you. I know that. They were, you got a truck?
Yeah.
I said, no, I made a mistake because I was talking with somebody. We were talking about super trucks, and I was also typing at the same time, and I typed super truck instead of grand stock.
I was going to tell everybody that he had me that 25 truck that runs with Butterbean and them, that he got me a ride with them. They wanted an old guy in the car.
So that would have been funny.
I wish I could have done that, but
Yeah, I know. If you got any pulls, put in a good word.
All right, well, Mr. Tim Wilson's here with us. We still like Tim, even though he didn't bring banana pudding tonight.
I know.
But it's it's one of those things.
It happens.
So tell us a little bit. Are you ready to roll this season? And you look good in practice the other day. So tell us a little bit what's going on.
Black Beauty ran pretty good in practice. I mean, we didn't have great tires, but I mean, it was stable and done everything. My crew chief Brandon, we tried a couple things, and he got it where it was pretty good under me. So I'm happy with her.
So you're ready to get back in it full time. You didn't race all the races last year. But.
Yeah, I mean, we burn up the first race and didn't get no points. So, and I just had the motor done. I couldn't see, there's no way to make up that many points. So hopefully this year we will get to make a lap to start the year. So we'll run for the points.
That's good. I think it'll be a good year for you.
Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to have you back out here running for points again, and hopefully
that makes it interesting. He makes it fun.
Yeah, and hopefully we have a good field of cars.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get some cars. It's such a fun class, and I mean, you got guys like Paul Lumino. I mean, he can get around this place.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the guy you got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some of the young ones coming on. The boy into 27. I don't remember his name, but he's going to be tough. Chris won a race with that thing last year.
Yeah.
So they get him settled in. He's going to be tough. Nate's going to be tough. I'm sure they're working on their stuff. So it should be some pretty good racing.
And of course, the bad part is you lost Bill Aker this year in that division.
Is anybody getting in that car?
Huh?
Is anybody going to get in the car Bill was in?
As far as I know, Rick's been helping us. As of right now, no. There's no motor for the car. If somebody was looking for a good ride and had a grand stock motor, I bet they could work something out with Rick. It's a damn good car.
Yeah. I mean, even with Bill driving it.
You got a motor?
Are you asking me? No, I don't have a motor.
Well, you can get one built. They're not cheap, but you can get one built.
Yeah. I've heard they ain't cheap.
They're not. Nothing in racing's cheap.
No, not if you want to go fast. I've seen Paul this weekend, and I asked him, was he ready? He's like, nah, I got the rear end in the back of my truck, and we still got to put the motor in. I was like, well, I think it's about time to get on it.
Yeah, I seen him down at the bottom there, and me and him were talking, and he said, they misspelled my name on my trophy. And I told him, I said, well, the guy Larry Wainwright's my buddy that does the trophies. I said, well, I paid Larry $25 to do that.
Oh, that's funny.
So it's really interesting that you and Paul and that group right there. I mean, it's a very competitive group, but y'all seem to get along pretty good and have a good racing season together and everything.
We do. I mean, you get all the guys out here are competitive, and you get me and Paul both. We're just two old crusty guys that race hard. And I mean, he's a hell of a driver.
Yeah.
And he ain't giving up, and I don't give up. So makes for good racing.
Yeah, I tell you what I love about you two guys. Yeah, y'all are competitors. And I wouldn't say that y'all see eye to eye all the time, but y'all have an ungodly amount of respect for one another. That's what I see out of it, because both of y'all do. And I've talked to you guys, individually, and both of y'all respect the other guy a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
you take guys that run out here all the time. You have to have some respect, especially when they run you hard. They're not going to give you nothing, but you run hard every lap. And
it's entertaining for us, I can tell you, because I tell you, you guys put on a show when you guys are racing each other hard. I know y'all proud. I'm sure it's like a double-edged sword. I don't know if people that doesn't compete understand this. Yeah, if you want to lead every lap, but it is fun when you get to race and move, and you're getting moved, and you moved him, and y'all trade the lead back and forth. And then when you can win that one, that's fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like the one that we finished 1, 2, 3, and I mean we were inches apart. And Bill ended up winning that one, and Paul was right there. I gave that one away. I'm gonna tell everybody, but that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Right. Do you plan on traveling around any this year, or are you just gonna stick with Langley this year?
See how our points go. It's if we're in the points run here, I don't think we would travel unless we were a week off, because they got us back-to-backs every other time. So if you tear something up, it's tough to get that thing back together. And so I wouldn't want to go somewhere and tear it up, then have the following week to come in here. So
give us a little deal on you went to Dominion and went up there. The differences there, the speed you carry at Dominion is a lot different than what you have here. And I understand it's a whole different game up there.
That up there, you got to wheel it. You got to drive it down in there, and you're back right to the gas. I mean, here's more finesse. You got to keep that tire under you. It's an art to working them pedals.
Yeah. And
up there, it's not a lot of brake, just drive her ass down in there and back to the gas and keep on getting it. So I like that track up there. It's a fun track.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice facility. Everything is great up there, but
all the people that were up there were just phenomenal to us. Bo up there, everything we asked or tried, he made it happen. So he was I can't say nothing any better about the people up there. They were all nice to us.
So I mean, it's the owner and everybody there. They're
never met him.
Doing everything they can do to try to make that track a success. I mean, they've got plans for other things around the track that's going on, and I think that's going to be a big deal. So
yeah, yeah. I mean,
it would be nice.
The competitors were real nice.
But it would be nice if somehow Langley and Dominion could work out a deal where
get each other,
have like a series. They tried that and it didn't work out, but I'd love to see that happen. I mean,
it'd be nice if they could put, excuse me, like a 5-race deal together. Some of us go up there, some of them they come down here and put up a little money somewhere for us to go after. Yeah, that'd be fun.
It would be too. So
I think it's just hard to get people to do that. I think it would be fun, but they tried that with like the limited stuff, and it just seems like we can't get people from up there to come down here, and we can't really get anybody here to kind of go up there. It's very limited,
Well, you take like the guys up there come down here, tires. And if we go up there, you got to have their tires. So it makes it,
Yeah.
you know.
And the expense of traveling back and forth, you know.
Yeah, that is a run.
And then in this day and time, the way the gas prices are getting now, that's a tough deal for a car owner or anybody to have to make that trip. So,
Yes.
I mean, it's really,
Yeah, it's that's the best thing about Langley here. It's right in your back pocket. You know, I'm 5 minutes down the road.
now I'm
Yeah.
waiting to see, you know, I've heard some rumblings this week about the big series, the NASCAR series and everything. I talked to a couple people and they're beginning to get a feeling that there may be some issues down the road here with gas prices for the racers. So what do you think? I mean, do you think that's going to be a thing that's going to come to fruition somewhere down the line?
Yeah, well, I mean, every expense that you like, even your racing oil, man. I mean, it's $1.20 to change your oil in your car. You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, you take that, your gas, buying a tire, especially for small teams. You know, the small teams that don't make that much, it hurts. You know, especially if you got to put bread on the table or buy a tire.
You know, the expense is going to be unbelievable down the road if, you know, that don't come back into.
Yeah, it's got to get worked out somewhere for the racers, and I think that's some of the problem we've had getting car count, because I mean, people just don't have it.
That's true, very true. So who all you got all your crew back together, the same crew you've been having? So
Got everybody.
give them a shout out.
I got Brandon Henson's my crew chief, and we couldn't do this without him because he is the mastermind. I got my son Travis Wilson, my grandson Bryce Wilson, my spotter Mike Chenault. He's right now in Florida at Disney.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he won't be back till Friday.
Oh, okay.
Just in time.
And Richie Markwood, which Richie does everything, or welding and whatever I need going on. Richie's my main character there. And same guys, same good crew. We have a blast in the shop, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
If you ain't having fun, ain't no need to do this, because you sure ain't gonna get rich.
Got that right. Ain't no doubt about that. So you got any new sponsors, anything helping you out this year, or you just?
I got Keith Paquette, Paquette's Power Solutions. My
Well, I
son,
bet that was a big sponsor right there. That's big money.
he wrote a big check, and I had to find a big bank to cash it. And my son, Game Day Men's Health, he's back on one of the billboards out here. He's gonna have a night out here. And H&H Truck Center, good friend of mine, Johnny Holloway. He's up on Jefferson Avenue, sells trucks. He's God help me up since I run dirt, so that's long way back.
But I don't hear Fast Eddie's Barbecue or CE contract, CE Clark contract.
I got stickers of both of them. I haven't put on the car yet because he ain't really made no barbecue or bought my lunch like he's supposed to. We're gonna stick his stickers on there.
Oh, well, you got to make sure he does it. Now, you're more than welcome to come and join some barbecue next week. He's making barbecue.
Is it? I might come up, and that'd be the only way I get some.
Oh, you're more than welcome, and we'll make sure you get the first plate that comes out of.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, well, he can't promise that yet. Well, your mother will mark you back.
She'll be back. I could probably talk her into it. I told her I was going to get them to bring her on the show just for the banana pudding. She says, "Don't you do
There
that."
you go.
Shane Laws, what's going on, Shane? Good to see you on here. Appreciate you being with us. And all right, let's you gonna hang around with us for a little?
Sure.
Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get Walter on here real quick.
What's up, Walter? How you doing, buddy?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Oh, good. All this food talk's making me hungry. Y'all killing me right now.
Well, you know, right now with all we got is the pizza. We don't have the other stuff, but we're working on that for next week.
I ain't showing up till you get the banana pudding.
Oh, okay. Well, we're working on that too. He couldn't.
Oh,
He couldn't
good,
do
good.
it this week. So Walter,
Well, it's sure
I know
good
you.
to see y'all.
You and I were talking, and you said that you're not with Fox anymore. But what are you doing right now? Just waiting for the next season to start, or the next group take over?
Yes, sir. I'll be doing the second half of the season with TNT, Prime Network, and NBC.
Well, that's pretty good. Now, talk about some of the things. You've been around it for a while. Tell us about some of the crazy things that you've experienced as a spotter. Well, I guess you call it a spotter for the people. Tell us what's some of the crazy things you've had to experience.
I cannot believe the timing of being on the show this week because I got a little story, and it was back when I was working with Steve Burns back in the day with Fox, and Sterling Marlin was in the race and he wrecked out, and we had to go meet him at the care center like they do. And what he said, Steve asked Sterling, "So what happened out there?" And Sterling said, "Well, I got a stick stuck in my spoke." And Steve Burns couldn't understand a word he just said, and he didn't know the follow up. But earlier that day, Steve was asking me, "What kind of questions, if we get to talk to Sterling, what should I ask him?" I said, "Well, there's Mule Day going on in Columbia, and that's where Sterling's from. So maybe you should ask him about that." So his follow up question was, "So we understand Mule Day is going on in your hometown there in Columbia, Tennessee. Can you tell us a little bit about it?" Sterling thought for a minute, and he said, "Well, Steve, I race every weekend. I ain't never been to a Mule Day, but I understand it's a bunch of drunk asses." Can you say ass on here?
That's pretty cool. I like that. But
But the
Sterling had.
timing of it, this weekend is Mule Day in Columbia, and Sterling Marlin is going to be the Grand Marshal.
Oh, well, that's funny.
Oh yeah, that is kind of weird that it come out like it at the same time. But Sterling's always been funny. I mean, things he said. We've had him on here, and he's made some comments that just hilarious.
Oh, he is so funny, but he's got such a deep Southern draw accent. I mean, you got to hang around him a little while to understand half what he's saying.
Well, you've been around. You were around him. Ward Burton is the same way. I mean, he's got a weird accent that everybody makes fun of, but I mean, he's hilarious.
There is no better interview I've ever seen than when Hermie Sadler tried to interview Elliott Sadler. They could understand each other, but nobody could understand them.
Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. I've
Elliott
been around with
Sadler,
both.
he introduced me to the bologna sandwiches there in Martinsville.
Well, yeah, and that was a big deal with them bologna sandwiches down there. That's pretty big deal. Now, tell us, what was one of the biggest moments that you've been around in the sport that you were right there to be a part of that? Something that stuck in your mind that's history making.
It was, I would say, when Ross Chastain got his first win. Ross and I go way back, and going back in the early days, and we became great friends. And when he finally got that win, I got to go to Victory Lane, and he come running over and gave me a big old hug and said, "Walter, we did it, and we both had a little cry.
Oh, man.
That's cool. That's cool.
So is that like one of your favorite moments, Walter?
It's funny. This weekend we had a craft show here in Theta, and a lot of people do a lot of canning, and I do canning out of the garden. Well, talking to Ross, he has that watermelon farm, his family does, and they have never heard of watermelon rind pickles. And so I brought with me that I made, and he just absolutely loved it. But the byproduct, when you're raising watermelons, you have to have beehives, and from that you get honey. So I'm all the time trading jellies with Ross's mom, and she brings me a bunch of honey from her farm. So we enjoy doing that.
Oh, that's cool.
Now, the people you work with, you've worked with a lot of the track personnel on pit road. Who are some that you know your favorite ones? Well, I ain't gonna say favorite, just because that's not nice to do that. But who are some of the people you've really enjoyed being around and working with?
I'll tell you one story that shocked me. As I gather information on pit road, we have in pocket stories, and then the stuff I get live, I write it all down on my iPad, and that's what I show to the talent that I'm working with, and they pick and choose what they want out of that to use on air. Well, I was working at Watkins Glen race with Parker Kligerman, and I had a big paragraph, maybe two paragraphs of info for him, and I turned it over and showed it to him, and there's no way he could have read that thing. He looked, just glanced at it, and I thought, well, why am I out here getting all this stuff for him if he's not even going to read it? Well, it wasn't 5 minutes later they decided to throw down to him for him to do a piece on the driver. Parker recited everything I showed him word for word. He's got a photographic memory, and I didn't even know it.
Well, that's weird. I mean, I would have never expected that from him. I can tell you that.
No.
No, it was amazing. And I looked back at my iPad and said, yeah, that's exactly what I wrote down. He didn't miss a thing. And so that's a big advantage for him. But then working with, oh my goodness. I've been with every talent along the way. I've been with Fox for 26 years, but doing this pit spotting for 35 years. So I've worked with most everybody.
Well, I tell you
Oh,
what. Go ahead.
Here's a good one for you. It was not this NBC, but the last time NBC was here. Matt Yoakum and Marty Snyder was pit reporters at that time. And we're getting ready to run out and start the pre-race show. And I'm working with Matt Yoakum. And he does a recorded interview real quick with somebody. And as soon as the interview was over, I walked up to him and said, "Hey, why does it say Marty on your fire suit?" Because they had to wear fire suits back then. Well, he
Yeah.
mistakenly put on Marty Snyder's fire suit and didn't know it.
Oh, that's
So
hilarious.
he had to run back to the hauler and change that out real quick and get back in time for his next interview.
Well, that's pretty wild. But I tell you what, I'd have paid you $25 to hang around with Jamie Lowe.
She's something else. She's like a little Miss Sunshine down on Pit Road. All the ladies that get to work with down there, Amanda Busick and Caitlin Vincey, they're just a joy to work with. Now, Amanda Busick and I, she's big into the NHRA.
Yeah.
So when she comes and does some truck races, it's a little out of her comfort zone, and she may make a mistake and call it a car instead of a truck. I said, well, every time you do that, I'm going to remind you, and you're going to pay me $10.
Uh-oh. Did she get it straight?
Yeah, I got $50 so far.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, the people there with Fox and Jamie and little Shannon Spake when she was there. I mean, that was a good group of folks to work with. I mean, I saw them a lot in the media center, and I was in awe of them. I mean, watching them do what they do.
Now, my favorite Shannon Spake story, she always had a habit. She has notes, and then she has backup notes. And she would always carry the notes in the back of her belt, right there on her back. And she had to do a pre-race interview riding around in a truck, with the camera and everything. But when she got out of the truck after it was done, she didn't realize she dropped her notes out on the racetrack. So they had to hold up the race for another lap so somebody could go out there and get her notes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I bet that was interesting. They have to stop them and tell, wait a minute, I got to go get my notes.
She was just livid. I mean, she couldn't function without those notes in her hand. But somebody went and got them and brought them to her. She was all right.
Hey, Walter, do you have like who's giving you your best advice?
Oh, you mean when I got started in this?
Or you know, throughout the years, you know, it's got to be that one person that gave you some really good advice and it you know done well for you.
It has to be Ned Jarrett. I used to work with him back at CBS Sports, and I asked him one time how I could go about getting in on the TV side. And he sat me down and talked to me for a good 20, 30 minutes. But to shorten what he said, you show up to the track, you volunteer, you show them what you can do, and if they like you, they're going to keep you. And I thought that was pretty good advice, and it paid off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've had a very long career in this and everything. I know you still must love it like it was when you started.
I still get nervous. I still get excited every time I walk into a garage area. You know, we was talking about Cannon a moment ago. If you're in there and all the guys are in there working on the cars and stuff, and they're all standing around, yeah, let's talk baseball. Let's talk football. Ooh, what about soccer? And then they start dwindling away. Now it's just me and the hauler drivers. And the first question is, hey, what'd you can this week?
they're the ones
They do a
that
lot of
quality.
canning. Yes, they do
Quality.
canning. We do a lot of swapping. You can't talk about eating in front of Scott. When I'm at the track and I see y'all, Jack's out there kissing babies, shaking hands, getting all the info. Scott, I always find him in the food tent.
Yeah,
Well, that's why
I'm
I
glad
feuded
you brought
Andrew
that
so
up.
good.
I'm glad you brought that up because that is very true. They all want to think I did it, but it's Scott.
Hey, that's where I
Nope,
get all.
Frank,
That's where I get all the gossip at, and that's where I get. You know, Andrew introduces me to everybody. I see Derek in the queue there. He's up next, and met him this weekend, and I mean known of Derek for a long time. But that's where I get a lot of info, and you know, very lucky that Andrew takes care of us. Shout out to Andrew. And then also he introduces us to a lot of people, and we greatly appreciate it.
yes, everybody's got to eat. That's a good meeting place.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
you
I
got
was
that
next. I was working, Walter.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll go with that.
Go ahead and believe that if you want to. But you notice I'm not with him all the time. You know, he's on his own sometimes.
He is. I mean, you got to keep a leash on him.
Well, I do the best I can, but you know, he's like an old rabid dog. When he gets a scent of some food, he's gone.
Hey, I'm the same way.
Well, Walter, we appreciate it, man. Thank you. Good luck in the second half of the season with TNT and NBC and Prime and everybody you're working with. And hopefully we'll see you around at one of the racetracks and we can sit down and have a talk with you again. And always have to have that picture. Always have to have that selfie when we come around you.
Yes, sir. I look forward to it. Y'all have a great night.
You too, man. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. What a great guy. I love Walter. He's such a nice guy.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Walter at the racetrack.
I'll never forget walking up to him. I think it was in Charlotte. I walked up to him and he'd been on the show like a week or two before that. And I walked up to him and he looked at me kind of funny and he says, "I know you." And I told him who it was. Oh yeah. Next thing I know, we're in there we're taking a selfie. That was pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, you can always count on a selfie with Walter.
Oh, hey, I think it's cool. I think it's really cool, and I like every minute of it. All right, well, let's get our next victim on here.
Yeah. All right.
Let me know when I'm hot.
You're hot.
Robert Rummels with Mosquito Joe. Thank you for tuning in to the Jack Dodson Racing Insider News with Scott Allen. See you next week.
Hey man, when you got a sponsor that's that good that's high on the chip, you gotta love him.
Yeah, he's always ready. Well, Derek, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me on. How are you?
We're doing great. Now, you went down and drove a race car not too long ago. Tell us a little bit about that. That little bit of it was at Hickory, I believe.
Yeah. So I normally spot for the 28 ARCA team, and I mean I run my late model probably 3 to 5 times a year for a guy back home here, and obviously with the NASCAR schedule being as wild and crazy and busy as it is, that's about as many times as I can get. And I think it was a couple of years ago, Shane Huffman and I, who now runs Pinnacle Racing Group, we were in the hauler after one of my races, and he's like, man, he's like, for as little as you get to drive, he goes, you do a good job. He's like, it'd be cool to see you in one of our cars one day. And, I just figured smoke and mirrors, just blowing smoke. It's just all talk, and then about 6 weeks ago now, he had called me. I was home with my wife, and he asked me if I was sitting down, and at that time I wasn't. And he asked me if I wanted to drive the 28 car at Hickory. Of course, I thought I was on Ashton Kutcher's show, Punked or something, because I was waiting for him to come around the corner, because I never thought anything like that would come about, because I feel like from a driving standpoint, I didn't really deserve the opportunity. But, obviously with everything I've done with the team and wins we've had and stuff, it obviously shows the respect that Shane and Mark and Jerry Webb and Connor Mozak and that whole organization had for me. And I quickly went to work and tried to come up with some sponsorship to make it happen. And, we went, and I tried to do the best I could, knowing that I was going to be in obviously a top notch car, and tried to go with no expectations. Cause I didn't want to let myself down. And honestly, I figured it was probably just going to be a one and done opportunity. So I just wanted to make sure the biggest thing is I was enjoying it. And, I think, from my family and myself, the sponsors, everybody, like, we overexcelled that. We more than enjoyed ourselves. I'm still smiling, just thinking back on it all. Thankfully, we've got a bunch of pictures, and it went better than I could have, ever imagined. And I'll forever be thankful for that opportunity, even if it was my only one.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been like so cool, right? I mean, that's kind of a dream. And what better equipment could you get in? Like, I mean, I think the 28 car has dominated the last couple of years, right?
Yeah, no, it's been good. Obviously we've had, Connor Mozak in that car, won a bunch of races. We've had Butterbean, Brendan Queen in it last year, and won, can't remember what it was, 8-10 races, something like that. And and then obviously Carson Brown came right out of the gate at Phoenix and won that national race. And then that was actually how the opportunity kind of came, was Carson was supposed to drive for that race, but he had a prior obligation that he had to stay committed to, they wanted the car to go no matter what. And, thankfully I was the one that they tabbed on to go and give it a go. And it was cool. Like, they treated me, I mean, granted, I work with these guys, every time that it's a national race with NASCAR, but, they treat me just like I was one of their normal drivers. We went and tested at Tri-County that Monday leading up to it. I wanted to make sure that I was doing what I could. And that next day, I think that Tuesday after we tested, I went back to the shop. I stayed down for that whole week. I went back to the shop and I looked over data. I looked over steering traces, throttle traces, brake traces, and, steering the car. It didn't really feel like it was that much different from what I'm used to. You just turn it about a quarter of the way more on the wheel. And then the braking part is what I struggled with the most. Just the brake pedal initially feels the same, but the amount of pressure you actually have to use on that, just because them being such heavy cars, is way different than what I'm used to in a 2,720 pound car. So, just awesome. I mean, I could ramble on all night about how great of an opportunity it was. And, I think anybody that watches this, knows that, it was a great opportunity, and hopefully everybody realizes how grateful I am that I got to have the chance of doing that with, with such a great team and my family and friends along my side.
Now, one of the things that you do a lot of racing up north, I understand. You do a lot of racing up there from time to time. But tell us a little bit about your racing career, how you got started with racing.
Yeah, so my grandfather actually was the general manager of a short track back home here that actually, unfortunately, just got tore down over the last year or two, Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. But back when that was clay, he was the general manager of that. And my mom and a bunch of my family members, aunts and cousins and stuff, they all ran the concession stands, ticket stands and stuff, all that back in the day. And when I was born, the very next week, a week old, I was at my first race. So, I mean, racing's always been in the blood. But then at 7 or 8 years old, I started racing go-karts and then moved my way up through 4 cylinders, limiteds, late models, so on and so forth. And, just like anything, it takes money to be able to race, and everybody knows that. And it got to where I was trying to move up and sponsors didn't want to, do it as much or that as much money, I guess. And I was 17 years old. I decided to pull the plug. And I didn't want my parents running dry just because of a hobby that we enjoyed to do together. And then I moved down south, and now I guess I'm going to show my age a little bit here, but I'm 19 years now committed in the spotting game, and over time I've did well enough to where I finally got my own late model, and now I don't have my own late model, but I have a guy that's a good family friend that has a couple cars, and we're actually in my shop right now here at my house, and he has all 3 of his cars here, so we're here tinkering on those tonight.
So Derek, how did you become the spotter? So how did that happen, and who gave you that big break?
So I mean, that's a long story that I'll try to close it up as quick as I can. But when I did get done, when I pulled the plug on me racing, I had a buddy of mine back here, Corey Williams, that was running the Pass North Tour, Pro All-Star Series. And I started spotting for him for that second half of the year. And then when I moved down, he moved down about a week and a half after I did. And he brought his stuff down, and we started doing the Pass South Tour. And at that time, Brian Scott, who's now retired from NASCAR, but they were racing against each other, and we had a really good friend of ours that was on Brian's team. So long story short, we all started, we became buddies, all started hanging out together and stuff on the weekends when we weren't racing. And I think it was about 2 years after that, Brian had asked if he was moving up. He was moving up to ARCA and part-time truck schedule, and he had asked if I wanted to go to Pocono to spot for him in an ARCA race. And I told him, man, I'm not your guy. Biggest track I've spotted at's only a mile. And he said, no, why don't you do it? So went and did it. Everything went well. Next week, went to Nashville, did the ARCA and the truck race. And then fast forward, I think it was, 2011, 2012, I was doing a lot of, at the time, nationwide races with Brian and some other people. And then like if there was ever a cup team that, they needed a fill-in or something like that from one of the more lower dollar teams, I would stay overnight and I would do the cup races. And then it was the winter of 2012, I got a call from Chip Ganassi Racing, and they asked me if I wanted to spot for Juan Pablo Montoya, which was going to be the last year he ran. So 2013 really was the big break, did the 42 that year. I was only about quarter of the way through the season, and they extended my contract to an extra 2 years. And then fast forward, I had Kyle Larson for 7 years, and then now I've had Reddick for 4, and now I'm on I think it's 4th year with Kyle Busch. Been fortunate to work with a lot of guys, and a lot of them that are going to be Hall of Famers in NASCAR, and a lot of what I take pride into is all the younger drivers I get to work for on the ARCA and truck side and the O'Reilly side on, helping their development into hopefully one day becoming a cup driver.
So then how does, for people who don't know, do you work for the team, and then whoever is driving that car that's who you're spotting for, or does the driver say, hey, I want Derek, and Derek comes with me? Yeah.
So I think for the most part on the Cup and O'Reilly side, normally, not all the time, the drivers kind of pick their guy. Now, with that being said, Kyle was leaving Gibbs and coming to RCR, and he wanted to bring his guy which I don't blame him. He had for 9 or 10 years or whatever. But what we had working for us was, the guy that he had was going to be staying to spot for Ty Gibbs. And I had spotted for that 51 truck that year. So I'd had 5 or 6 races under my belt with Kyle. So when all that transpired, he immediately called and he's like, hey, listen, like, I know you know that I was going to bring Hirschman. He's like, but that's not going to work. He's like, I hope you're not taking it the wrong way, but I would love for you to stay and to do the deal. And, now we've developed a great friendship and a good working relationship and all that. But with the PRG deal, it's pretty much I do the 28 car, whatever driver comes in. I pretty much am, they're basically told that that's who they're going to get is me. Brendan, he lobbied to have me over at a colleague this year on the 12 truck. So, I mean, it's a little bit different in each scenario, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, give me it's got to be weird for you. You do a truck race with Brendan Queen, and then on Sunday you do a cup race with Kyle Busch. That's 2 different guys. I mean, completely on the other end of the ladder. I mean, it's just totally different. How do you know what to do in those cases?
Yeah, so that's a really popular question, actually. And with as different as the personalities are, not just with them two, but all the drivers, I actually don't have to spot any different, which is great for me because when you're doing, let's say sometimes, I mean, all 4 divisions are there. I mean, that could be difficult if you're trying to, remember each different style that each person wants or whatever. But thankfully, everybody's just wants me to go about it the way that I am used to doing it. I will say that, there sometimes certain ones need maybe just a little bit more additional information or maybe a little bit more whip in the butt, than what some of the other ones do. But as far as the spotting game goes, like I don't have to change a thing on how I go about it on the day to day. So that's good because I know some of those other guys don't have that, and I know I'm thankful that I do have that. So.
Hey, Jack, you know what I did learn? Derek told me when he ran the ARCA race, he had Anthony spotting for him. Anthony just said that Derek's the man. If you're trying to get in the spotter game, Derek is the guy everyone should listen to on Sundays.
I appreciate that. No, Anthony did a phenomenal job. I made sure I told him as soon as the race was over when he came down how great of a job he did. And I mean, that's the way I was. I was doing it. I was doing it my way, and just thankfully, the right opportunity came at the right time. And I would like to think that even though I'm soon to be 40, but I'm still 39 years old, I'm probably middle of the road, I guess, on age up there as spotters. There's quite a few young ones now, but I try to go about it the right way. And I've obviously put my time in now to. Not seniority, I guess is not the right word, but I've put the time in. I worked hard at it. I try to do it the right way. I mean, I'm only with my second cup team. I was at Ganassi, and then now I'm at RCR. So, the last thing you want to do is burn through a bunch of teams and not be respected in the sport. So,
yeah. So what information from the spotter stand do you have access to? And what information, I'm sure every driver is different. What information do you try to translate over to the driver? Do you have some of the, the lines and where the breaking points and those things are, or is that on the pit box?
Yeah, so some of the other guys up there, so all of us have access to SMT, which is a data platform that you can see the steering traces, braking traces, where they're turning off the wall, how much peak brake pressure they're putting, how much throttle time they're using, yada yada. Like, we have access to all that. Thankfully, with the teams I'm with, they agree with me on, I think it's more of a liability. If I'm looking down at a screen the whole time to try to get this information, I'm taking time away from looking at the track. That's what we're supposed to be doing. So I'm glad you brought that up because I am not a fan of that. I don't like that the spotters have it. But so a lot of the times I just go off of the naked eye. I mean, that's what I feel like. That's what got me here. And that's why I've been doing it this long is just, I don't know if it's the delivery on the information or if it's just on what I see or it's because I've driven before, whatever. But any of the other information, like what you're asking about, typically will come on channel 2 from the pit box.
Gotcha.
Well, the thing that gets me is you're working with Kyle Busch. How hard is it? I mean, I know he's got a big attitude sometimes. I'm trying to clean this up as best I can. But anyway, I've been around him. I've been around Kurt. I know how they are. How do you all have any disagreements between the two of you, or is there times where it becomes I told you to do this, or he didn't like what you said, or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, if anybody tells you that they don't have any of that with their driver, their team is absolutely lying. But I mean, the first conversation Kyle and I had when, he asked if I would stay is at the end of the conversation, I just said, hey, listen, like, there's going to be days where you're not happy, I'm not happy, whatever. But like, the last thing you need to do is be screaming and yelling at me on the radio. If we have an issue, we'll talk about it after the race. And I think that's sunk in with him. Like I mean, like, yeah, you might get like some chirpage or whatever on the radio, but like, it's nothing that not any driver doesn't do when they're frustrating with something. So, yeah, I mean, it's, I know people see interviews or they see how they look on TV or whatever. And it's not always, what you see when it's, behind closed doors. Kyle's come up to Maine here and where I live now. And he's run a couple late model races with me over the last year or two, run a race in New Hampshire. And, we're really good buddies. I mean, like, I feel like a lot of spotters will say they're, friends with their drivers, but I feel like him and I do a really good job at just balancing the work side of things to the friend side of things. And, we have not only just a good working relationship, but we have a good friendship too. And I think that goes a long way with, when you're on the radio with somebody and developing, trust and all that.
Well, also I could see too, right? As a spotter or even as a team, you don't want your driver to be happy if you're not running well, right? You want him to be passionate about, the race. And if we don't want to be happy or satisfied with running wherever, that's not where you think you should be, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, it's no secret we've been struggling over the last, 2.5 years, and he's trying, man. I can promise you, like when he's been up here in Maine and the personal conversations we've had and all that, like he doesn't want to go out this way. He wants to win. I mean, somebody of his stature that's won as many races in NASCAR as he has, anybody that doesn't know that that's how he wants to go out doesn't know it well enough, because that's not his MO. That's not how he is. So, once they get these cars to where he gets that feel that he's looking for, it's going to be back to being, same old Kyle Busch and be a lot of victories that you'll see again. It's just right now with this car, and like he's been open about it. He struggles to feel this car a little bit more, and rightfully so. I mean, this is 4-wheel independent suspension. It's more of, like an IMSA style car. It's not really like a quote unquote race car. There's no truck arms. There's no huge adjustments that they can do. It's all panned on the underneath. So it's just totally different. And, obviously I know a lot of people think that because of who he is and what he's done that, how come he hasn't picked up on it? Well, I mean, I think some of it's, took him a little bit longer to get figured out. And then other stuff, I think we've just maybe gotten behind a little bit on. And that's what, Jim and all those guys are working really hard back at the shop, trying to figure out what it is that we are missing to give them that feel. And, once they do, I think you're going to see old school Kyle Busch again. Cause if he gets a win again, anybody that's listening, or even you guys know, like it's going to be rainfall of him getting multiple more.
I agree. I agree with you. Well, Derek, we appreciate you spending time with us tonight, man. I know you got things going on there, working on cars and stuff. Hopefully we'll see you around at the racetrack again, and we'll get you back on here again and talk some more.
Absolutely, guys. Well, I really appreciate you having me on. Have a great rest of the show, and we'll be seeing you guys at the track soon.
All right, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, guys. See ya. Thanks.
Thank you.
Way cool. I mean, that's a different perspective of racing, and that's a large responsibility. I can't imagine like spotting Daytona, Talladega. That would be scare the hell out of me.
Well, like Tim here, who spots for you, Tim?
Much not. And I tell you, I've had several people spot for me. A lot of people I can't hear. Their voice just don't resonate with my ears. And my guy Mike, I hear him crystal clear.
Oh, that's good.
So what that guy does, it's important, especially to a driver, you know, that you can understand what he's saying, you know. So
And having confidence, and when that guy says clear, you can
clear,
just turn.
you're clear. Yeah. My guy Mike, he won't clear me unless I'm clear, because he don't want to see a wrecked race car. So, but Mike does a heck of a job.
All right. We're going to go ahead and bring Jack on here. I want you to apologize to him because you told me his name was Luke. And
I was just going to say you called him Luke. I was going to.
I sure did, because that's what you said. So I want you to apologize to him before I even start talking to him.
Hey, Jack, this is Robbie Parker, your favorite driver. And everybody out there, you're watching the Jack Dodson Show with the Scott Allen and Adam Wellbrock.
What's up, Jack? Man, I'm sorry. I got your phone number, and you walked away, and I'm like, which one is he?
That's all right. It happens all the time, more than you would think.
Is that right? It's too funny.
Well, I felt really bad. I felt really bad when I sent you the message, and you came back and said, "This is not Luke. This is Jack." I said, "Oh Lord,
Oh, man.
you done messed me up again."
Yeah, you wouldn't, even when we've gotten this far in our racing endeavors, it still happens all the time. Even with people that we've known for years, it still happens.
Is that
right?
Yeah.
So Jack, you're in the Smart Modified Tour. I think you're doing pretty well in that this year. What's it like to be you and your brother racing against your brother, your dad with the reputation he's got? I mean, I've known your dad forever. So tell us a little bit about how that all works out with how everything goes.
Well, between my dad and my brother, there's a couple different dynamics that they kind of separate from one another. But first, racing against Luke is ups like the competition, and the drive to want to beat each other is there more than you might expect. Especially Luke got a head start on me, or not a head start, but he got a head start in the Tour Modifieds than me. So he's gained a lot of experience, and it's only been a year and a half or so since I've kind of taken it serious. So I've kind of been playing a little bit of catch up, and I kind of feel like that we're kind of right there neck and neck now, and we're really starting to be competitive with one another now. And then with my dad, him being so, I guess you could say, legendary in the sport, he's always expected to put out winning race cars. So when you drive for your dad, he's always, from the outsider standpoint, he's always expected to have winning race cars. So that puts a lot of pressure on me to perform and make sure I'm doing what I can to keep up with that narrative.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be tough, right? I mean, when you have a father that has big shoes and you come along, it puts a lot of pressure on you. And do you take that to heart? It's got to be hard not to in some ways. And do you get criticism for that?
I don't really take it that hard, or really, if anyone tries to criticize me, I kind of try to appreciate it more, because like he's my dad, yes, but I'm also working with a racing legend. So a lot of the stuff I learn, I won't learn anywhere else. So I just try to enjoy it and appreciate how good he is at everything and how smart he is with race cars, and just appreciation more than anything.
I can see that, because I mean, you're talking about he's got a wealth of knowledge. I mean, a wealth of knowledge. I think anybody should and would love to have, the position you have, right? And you can't, take that for granted. And that's got to be, and it's got to be fun to do that with your dad also. I mean, I know sometimes there probably could be a headache because your dad's pretty headstrong, right? They'll probably say that lightly, but I think you're going to look back and this could be some of the funnest times, the best times of your life.
Yeah, we definitely butt heads a lot at the track, because he thinks, well, he can do this. He can see what the race car's doing just by looking at it on the track before he even hears what I'm going to say about it. But sometimes, since he thinks he can do that, then I come in with a different opinion. We clash a little bit, and it kind of raises the tension between us. We've only had it happen once this year. We had it at South Boston practice, but we've had it happen a lot more in the past when I had a lot less experience and I had less knowledge on my part. So I didn't really know what was going on, but I was choosing to disagree with him. But now that I'm more experienced driver and I am confident in what the car is doing, when I come in saying something and he says it's doing something different, then we definitely clash about that because I'm the driver. So I got my own physical feel for the race car rather than his eyeballs.
So in other words, when you come in, you tell him I'm the driver. He ain't gonna say I'm the owner.
No, I actually won't. I won't ever do that. I won't come in and say I'm the driver. But like, for example, South Boston, we were going out on a mock run and I came in, we didn't run a good lap. I didn't do the best job out of me. And he was like, he came over the radio immediately. He was like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, why didn't you drive the damn thing? Like, you didn't even give us a chance to know what the car's doing." And I was like, "Dude, I'm telling you, it's wrecking loose." It's like, I couldn't go harder than that. In reality, I could a little bit. I was just being defensive into him yelling at me. But we were wrecking loose, but I definitely could have done a better jobs. But yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Warren said Tommy's eyeballs are pretty good, though.
Yeah, when he's looking at race cars, he usually is right when he's being able to tell what they're doing. But outside of race cars, his eyeballs are actually terrible.
So now, what's he like as a grandfather? Like, I could imagine your kid's going to be treated a little different than you were.
Oh yeah, he was good. He was always good to me when I was growing up, and I still am growing up. But he's definitely when my daughter's around him, he's definitely a lot softer, quiet spoken, definitely in a more giddy mood than he is. He's definitely been happier as a whole as a person since she was born, which is awesome because if he's happy, then that makes everyone else happy because they don't have to deal with him yelling at them.
So,
yeah.
Jack, what's your plans for the future? Do you have some things in the works? What are you working on? You got anything you can tell us?
Right now, I work at Rick Ware Racing right now. So that's been a great learning experience, and I'm very grateful for Rick for letting me come in there and kind of not knowing anything about a year ago to where I'm at now. It's been very helpful, but right now we're running the full-time Smart Modified Tour with Stoke Shoes on board. We're actually leading the points there right now through 4 races, which is a good start to the season. We're just kind of been stacking top 5s. We're also running a handful of pro late model races on the Cars Tour and the Snowflake and stuff like that with LRT Motorsports, a new team that is owned by the Stoke guys. Tony Costantino is currently driving for them if you want to keep an eye out for them at Nashville this weekend. So we're doing that. We'll make some more NASCAR Wheeling Modified Tour starts with the PSR group. And then who knows after that, because a couple months ago, I didn't even think I was racing more than 4 races this year. And then this deal with Stoke came together, and now we've got more than I ever could have imagined.
Well, that's cool.
You made the comment that in the last year or so, you turned it on towards the race, and you like the racing part of it. What changed your mind and got you back in that mode to do racing like that?
So when I first started racing, I was 17 and a senior in college, or senior in high school, junior in high school, actually. And I was just racing legend cars, kind of just messing around. That was my first race. And my dad wasn't very into it, and he didn't take it very serious because he was like, he's not any good or anything like that. So we ran that for a couple of years. And then I went off to college for 4 years at App State. And while I was there, I wasn't focused on racing. And I was more focused on school and my friends at school and everything that was going on at school. But luckily, my brother at home, he had just started racing too. So him getting into racing and him really focusing on it at home kind of wrapped my dad into having to spend more time on it. So in college, as the 4 years went on at college, I did get more involved with racing and did start to focus more on it. but I still only ran legend cars up until my senior year of college. I ran crate modifieds, and crate modifieds is when I started winning. So that's when I was like, all right, we're really gonna get into this. And then after I left college and came back home, I wasn't away from home. All I had and all I was around now is race cars. So that's when I kind of really dove into it and really fell in love with racing. I used to say I was in love with racing, but I wasn't, because now I am. And it's a big difference in my commitment and all the work I put into it now versus what I did while I was in college.
Now, if there's a few laps to go, Luke's in front of you, do you rough him up to win?
Oh, absolutely. I still owe him one. He at the ISUP 300 2 years ago, we were second and third with 80 laps to go. We were both on new tires, and the leader was on old tires, so we were going to get by him. And Luke got a little impatient and wrecked us both. So yeah, I still owe him one from that. So if I get that, I won't wreck him. I won't wreck him on purpose, at least. But I'll definitely rough him up for a win. It's I see him just as any other competitor when I'm out there, just one that I want to beat a little bit more.
All right, now tell me this story here, because I want to know about this. What if you did rough him up to get a win? What's it like between the two of you all for the next week or so? Do you avoid each other? Do you talk to each other? Do you fight? I don't know what you do.
We used to fight a lot, but even after that Riverhead incident, I kind of got out of my car and went straight to the trailer. I was like, don't even talk to me, dude. After the race. And then 20 minutes later, we were hanging out with everybody talking. As long as it's nothing egregious, I don't think if I moved him out of the way or roughed him up, if it was just normal going for the win, he wouldn't say anything at all. He'd just be like, dang it, I lost that race. I gave that one up, or whatever happened. If I did wreck him, he'd probably be a bit salty for a little bit. Depends on the race or what's on the line. And but yeah, so we're actually pretty good at those sort of things.
So, who outside of your dad do you go to for advice, racing advice?
Oh man, to be honest, the main one's probably Luke, because like I said, while I was at college, Luke was here in Mooresville learning, and he was fully diving headfirst into racing. So a year ago, he knew 1,000 times more than what I knew when it came to driving race cars and going along with knowing about race cars. So and Luke's really good. So he's a very good race car driver. So he's always a good person to turn to, and I need some help. But with that being said, I'm a little bit better on the business side of things than him, and marketing and social media and stuff like that. That's what I went to college for. So that was kind of all self-taught. And then you don't really get much teaching from my dad when it comes to social media and stuff, because he's got but other than, it's really just them two who I go to. If I were to go to anyone else, them two are pretty much always able to cover all the bases. But if I want to go to anyone else about driving, I usually, Brent Cruz is a good one. If I'm karting, he'll come out there and help out, or Jesse Love, he'll come in there and give me tips. I'd like to say Connor Zilich, but I've never driven in front of him, but he would help me. So yeah, mainly just Luke and Jesse.
Now, does the setup on y'all's modifieds, is that pretty close? Do y'all drive similarly?
So the car I run on the Smart Tour is the car he runs on the Wheeling Tour too. We just swap the bodies. Everything's the exact same. I run the Smart Tour in his seat. So, but in terms of his Smart Tour ride with the Sadler car and my Smart Tour ride with our car, it's last year it was pretty much the exact same. This year we're on completely different pages. All the geometry and stuff is completely different now. So it's used to be, but not anymore.
So, and I think the other funny part is you drive for your dad on the weekends, and then you got to work for him during the week.
Yeah, but he's on the road full time, so he's only there a couple of days a week, and he's one of the he's competition director, so he's not in the physical shop all the time. Usually he'll come out there for 20 minutes a day and say hi, make sure everyone's doing good, or sometimes we'll have a Monday meeting. You'll either get a good side out of him, bad side out of him, depends how it goes. But it's actually I not much working for him over there, but I do go to the modified shop every day after work, so that's just right back to working for him.
Well, Jack, we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight, man, and hopefully we'll see you somewhere around on the Smart Modified Tour, and hope everything goes good for the rest of the season.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Give your sponsor shout out.
Stoke Shoes. Go to stokeshoes.com. Use code JackIsStoked20 to get your pair of shoes for only $65. They are the most comfortable shoes I've ever worn, and I wear them every day to work. Your feet will not forgive you.
All right. We'll have to look at it and see what that's all about.
Yes,
Jack,
sir.
we appreciate it, man, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Bye.
See you, man. Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, Tommy is a pretty boisterous guy, right? But he's very competitive, and obviously he's done very well in the sport and has a wealth of knowledge. And I think it's a double-edged sword, right? You think you'd love to have him in your corner. On the other hand, he could be a pain in your corner, but I think I'd take the pain in my corner to have him.
Well, when he was with Evernham, him and Slugger Labby, that was an interesting group down there working together. Because I heard some stories about things going on down there, and I mean they were successful, but Tommy was calling the shots.
Well, and I think the Tommies and the Slugger Labbies and all those guys that came along in those times, we're in a different time with this car now. There's no gray area that you can work in and try to get something through the room of doom, as we call it. I don't know what you can get by with now. I mean, we've been privy to some of that information, that how they did things and how they got around things, and I mean, we were there at Charlotte when they were learning that the 78 car was purposely failing tech in one area, so that when they went back to the garage, they could cheat up everything else that they passed through and just go back through the one thing that they failed on purpose. And then that's when Elton stepped in and they figured that out. And you have to go back through everything each time. And the car chief has to sign off on a tablet at every station. There's no saying we didn't know or you told the wrong person kind of thing. We're in a different time where that gray area is razor thin, I think, today. I don't know what you could do today to get an advantage.
I agree.
You can bet them guys are looking though.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, they're
I mean, and there was, right. I mean, the first year over at Childress with Kyle, they won those few races, and out of the gate, I thought they were going to kill it. And they said, that they had found something, and NASCAR didn't like it, and that's why they've been struggling since then. But prior to that, they had something. I don't know what that was, but they were doing something, and then when NASCAR figured out what we're doing, they didn't like it, so they took it from them.
Yeah, that's the way that's the way of the world now. So,
but it is nice to have a guy like Tommy, like we got Rick Hester. So if you got something that you can't figure out, he's been around forever.
Yep.
Today, we just go to Rick, and Rick says, "Did you try this? Did you do that?" I mean, just right off the top of their head. So it's great to have somebody.
Tommy is a wealth of knowledge. I mean,
he's
been around everything.
Yeah,
so.
that's good to have.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes those people make you feel stupid, because you were like, "It's doing this," and they're like, "Well, why don't you try this?" And you're like, "Damn, I didn't even think of that."
Absolutely.
Well, they wouldn't make me feel stupid, because anything they tell me, I'd probably go for. So.
Well, I was gonna say, because you're already stupid, they don't make you feel stupid.
See, now you have to go that extra mile every time.
That I apologize. That was a little tough, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's okay.
Jack, you can boot them off.
I could, couldn't I?
Yeah.
I could do it too. Just my own show.
Anyway, we're not going to go there. That's our show for tonight. We appreciate Tim. I know you only got to move about 15 minutes ahead of time, but we enjoy having you with us.
I enjoy being here with y'all.
So we'll get you back on here again.
And I'll try to bring banana pudding next time.
We'll see him next week for the barbecue, Jack.
Oh, that's right. You might want to come
Yeah, I
out.
might want to sneak and get some barbecue from Eddie, because I
Yeah,
ain't gonna get
that's the only way you're gonna get dinner.
Eddie gets him short arms when it comes to paying for the lunch.
You get the T-Rex arms.
I ain't gonna get in this conversation.
Okay, but, Jack, what do we got racing this weekend? Are we doing any picks this weekend?
Oh yeah. We need to do that. I'm sorry. Clay's been working on this all afternoon. You didn't do so well you did do well this week.
I think there's one person that didn't do well.
Yeah.
And that was Adam.
We brought some speed, man. That's all we could ask for.
No, you did.
Anyway,
He was going to win. I think anyway.
So anyway, Clay's broke it down to where the winner gets 4 points, 3, 2, 1, coming down that way. And Clay, of course, is number 1 with 7 points, and your number 2 was 6. So, anyway.
So, he's making the points up. He was going to lead at first.
It's funny how he's on top.
So anyway, to do the picks for this coming week, the guy who has the most points gets to pick first.
I'll see. He should pick last.
I'm saying.
I already made my picks.
Not
So
officially.
anyway, he's already picked Jacob Derrick
Damn it.
for race 1. So Scott, you're next up on it. So who's your vote?
Man, I'm trying to think of who all we got. Who else we got in there?
You got Walter.
You got that young kid that drives for Skinnell.
Yeah.
What's his
Those
number?
are all new. Are we doing dark horses this week?
Stay quiet. I got my pick up here.
Yeah, we're going to do dark horses too, but we got to get the winner first.
Not for limited, since it's 2 races.
Oh, that's right. It's 2 races for the limited, so we're not doing dark horses.
Okay.
So you get your first pick, and then we come back to you for your second pick.
Dang. Clay took my pick. I'm gonna go with a little shorty.
Sparky West.
Sparky West. See, you knew who I was talking about. I think he's super excited. He was gonna be my dark horse. I'm gonna have to admit it, but I'm gonna go with Sparky. I think he's gonna have a good run. I think he's gonna have a good season.
Who was the kid with the modified last year?
I ain't telling you. Take your pick.
Oh, Adam's just started going rogue up here now.
My pick's next. No, go ahead.
Well, I tell you what, dealing with you guys is just unbelievable sometimes. I'm going to take.
Well,
Look at these guys all looking up on me.
Eddie Clark says Eddie said he's taking Kyle Nestor. I forgot Kyle's coming back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good pick. Okay.
I'm taking Spencer Conrad.
And
Didn't take me long to figure that name out. I knew what they were doing.
But I would have to.
all right. I'm gonna pick. Can I pick Kyle?
Yeah.
All right, give me Kyle.
And
He's a
I
former
got
winner.
I got to propose a rule here. I think whoever finishes last picks first, and in reverse order for the following week. I think that's the only way fair.
All right, if you finish last, you vote first next week.
Yeah.
I get next pick.
Yeah, you're up again.
Runstrom Jr.
Whoa, that's
That's
pretty.
the young kid that I was talking about.
Yeah, Lundstrom Jr.
Little Aiden's been helping him out.
Yeah, that's a pretty good
think he will
deal.
be
All right, back on you again, Scott.
Oh, this is for our dark horse.
No, this is for the second race.
Oh, second race. Oh, what's you call its grandson? I forgot about him.
My picks. Bryson.
Bryson. Yes.
Oh, you gonna tell him, but you wouldn't tell me, right?
Well, you figured it out. He's not right.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, he can't run
He
yet.
can't race this week. That's right.
You should have let him take it.
Well,
He can't race yet. Well, he's got what, missed the first couple of races. He ain't 15.
Yeah, his birthday's not till May or something.
Yeah, I tell you what, the kids. I understand he's fast.
He's
Yeah.
been quick out
He's
here.
been reused for the second.
He's been
I was
real
gonna
quick.
pick him too, so like we're on the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Go ahead.
You
I don't know
reuse
who else
for
we
the
got. I'm
second
trying
race,
to.
too.
Ain't none of y'all said Danny Harold. Oh, Danny. Sneaked in there.
Yeah, I'll go with Danny. I'll go with Danny. Give me Danny Harold. We got to get Danny Harold on the show.
All right. My next pick. I'm gonna take Jacob Derrick.
That's a dark horse.
That's the second race.
For the second race.
Uh,
So I'm gonna take Jacob Derrick since y'all didn't pick him. You know, it's two different races, so you know.
yeah, you're right. You're right. I was slipping on that one.
But I
Here's
had
a-
a feeling there was somebody at the end of this table here was going to get ready to hit that. So
I'll take Hunter.
Hunter Waltrip.
Yep.
Greer said Doug Warren, Uncle Doug.
Doug's also
That's
former
not,
winner.
that's not a bad pick.
He's a good pick too.
Well, I'm gonna ask Tim since he's sitting here with us. Who's your pick?
Well, y'all done took
About 8 of them.
Well, you're not going to be here every week, so
Derek.
you're going to take Jacob Derrick.
I take Jacob.
Jacob is going to be tough, man.
Yeah,
Red
and
Hot
then
this year.
for the second race, I would have taken that
Runstrom.
Runstrom
Mm,
because I've watched him out here practice. The little kid's pretty quick.
yeah.
And Bryson Nichols is pretty.
Bryson, if he was running, I
He's
would.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's pretty quick.
fast. His granddad's gonna have him in the right direction.
I've had
All right, so we got all our picks in. So anyway, that's our show for tonight, man. It was a great show. I enjoyed it. We had Tim here. We appreciate Tim coming.
Yeah, thank you.
We had Walter Cox. Man, what a great guy he is. Jack Baldwin was a lot of fun too. And Derek Kneeland, you know, I don't know how you could go from Butterbean to Kyle Busch in a weekend, and that's gotta be weird. But anyway, all right. Next week's show, I know Pete Wright's gonna be with us next week. Lacey Hogg is gonna be here next week.
Oh,
She's gonna be
Lord.
here next. That's why we have the barbecue. Her dad set all that up, so that's why we're having the barbecue.
Makes sense now.
Shout out to Gabe.
So anyway, so that's I got some more coming too, but that's what we've got so far for next week. So anyway, all right.
Eddie Clark.
Eddie Clark will be here. Of course, you know that's the way it always is. And Tim said he might be back with us next week too. So
Yeah, I might come.
And I wouldn't be surprised Keith will show up either for the free barbecue.
yeah,
Absolutely.
he ought to. He ought to. That's his opportunity.
Scott, the guy to watch it, because if you eat the barbecue and Keith's here, he's gonna swear that he paid for it and that was your lunch.
I pre-done it.
You go away and lunch again.
Yeah.
Been there and done that.
Oh, too funny.
All right. Well, that's our show, and we'll talk to you again next week. And please like and share, and we'll talk to you again.